So let's take a trip to the Bronx, home of Kai Cenat, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Kay Flock. Now, if you don't know, Kay Flock is a rapper who got arrested for somebody a few years back. Now, it looked to be self-defense, so he had a pretty good chance of getting out. But see, Kay Flock had a problem. The FBI took his case. Why'd the FBI take his case? Great question, because Kay Flock is not just an ordinary rapper. I forgot to tell you something. You see these gentlemen around Kay Flock? Well, let's just say the FBI has an interest in them too. Now, we're getting ahead of ourselves. To understand this, let's go back to when Kay Flock started his career. So like I said, he's from the Bronx, and the Bronx can be considered a very dangerous borough of New York. So Kay Flock and his two friends started doing some unsavory things when they were young. In fact, they're still young now. Kay Flock, I believe, is 21 years old. And their ages are actually a very important part of this story, because people much younger than you think start gangs and are involved in gang activity. To put it into perspective, I just saw a dude in the Bronx say, "My OGs, the people above me, like the older people, I look up to them and they always look out for me. They're 18 and 19 years old." Now, this is especially true in the Bronx, where it's considered everybody versus everybody. In fact, Kay Flock and his friends called themselves EBK. Everybody, can I say that on YouTube? The word rhymes with thrillers and it starts with a K. Anyway, Kay Flock's friends started rapping and he was pretty good. This got Kay Flock to start rapping and he was really good. They often did songs together and they got pretty popular pretty quickly, especially because of the lyrics. He's talking about his exploits. More specifically, he would call out people from other gangs. He would go on Instagram Live, go to their neighborhoods and say, "Yo, I'm here, what's up?" People were like, "Damn, Kay Flock wildin'." Kay Flock like, "Yeah, Tyson." But the thing you gotta understand is when things start escalating like this, that's when the police start watching closely, because it's kind of embarrassing for police. He's rising up, he's getting super popular talking about the things that he's supposedly doing. Now, whether he's doing these things or not doesn't matter. He's on Instagram Live with a saying, "I'm doing all these things and no one's catching me." Now, on top of this, people are getting all over the Bronx. It's as if the more popular he gets, the more people are getting young people too. There was a 13-year-old who got poked with something really sharp. And I believe the people who did it made a dance about it. I don't know if it was the same situation, but regardless, a 13-year-old got poked with something really sharp and young people made a dance about someone getting poked with something really sharp. Police were like, "Hey, yo, this is happening in our city." The YNs of the Bronx were like, "What are you gonna do about it?" If you don't know what YN means, look in the comments. They're like, "What are you gonna do about it?" Police were like, "We gonna wait till one of y'all slip up." One of them slipped up. And that was Kay Flock. Now, he didn't technically slip up. I need you to listen closely. He's walking down the street one day with his sister and his sister's friend. He's wearing an expensive outfit. He's like, "Yo, I'm out in the city wearing an expensive outfit. Nobody could touch me." He's doing that Instagram thing again. Cool. Somebody's in the barbershop saying, "Hey, yo, this is my street." He sees Kay Flock walking down the street. He says, "All right, bet." Steps outside, but it seems he wasn't ready for the action, because 5 seconds later he gets, now how do I know all this? Well, this was all caught on camera. You see Kay Flock walk down the street, you see the dude go after him, and then you see the dude fall back over. Police were like, "Yes, my condolences," but yes. They made an announcement. They said, "We're looking for Kay Flock." Kay Flock walked in, he said, "I'm here." They said, "Oh, you're not gonna run?" He said, "No, I'm here." Because you see, at this point, Kay Flock got dollars. He's on top of the charts. Well, maybe not on top of the charts, but he's making money. Anyway, when you're making money like this as a rapper, something I want you to remember is your record label is gonna have your back because you make them money. So you're gonna get the best lawyer. And we see this time and time again with a bunch of rappers. Why does this happen so often? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. For now, Kay Flock's lawyer walks in and says, "That looked like self-defense to me." The police go, "No, let me see the video again." "That look like self-defense." The police say, "Kay Flock." Kay Flock said, police said, "Can you hear me?" The lawyer said, "Yeah, he can hear you, but I speak for him now, so what's the problem?" The police said, "Okay, bet," because see, they had a plan. Now, remember how I told you all that unsavory stuff was happening in the Bronx because of all the young people? Well, they decided to basically pin this whole thing on Kay Flock. Like, make him the face of everything wrong with the Bronx because he's the most popular person and he just somebody. Now, this wouldn't happen in any other city. Any other city, things would probably go normal, but in New York, they have an image to uphold and they do this with everything. You guys remember the mob, the mafia? Well, the city of New York went to to extreme measures to wipe them out, because New York is very extreme when it comes to their image. Their plan was to get some help from the FBI, but the thing is, FBI investigations take a very long time. They got to give K-Flock a trial for what he just did. So police began to stall, because if they take K-Flock to trial now, he's probably going to get out. It looked like self-defense, right? So the FBI begins to really dig deep into K-Flock's alleged gang. And why they were doing this is because they were going for the same strategy that worked on Young Thug, Casanova, Fetty Wap, a bunch of rappers, and the Mafia, something called RICO. It's basically if police classify your group as a gang, and one of those people in your group does something bad, they take everyone down. And why they go after rappers specifically is pretty simple. In the court's eyes, they stop crime. Rap music a lot of times is about crimes. If that rapper actually commits a crime or has committed a crime in the past, the courts don't want it to slide because it's a bad look for them. This person's making millions of dollars saying, I did this, that, and that. The courts are like, I was supposed to stop this, that, and that. Oops. Anyway, at this point, K-Flock was in jail for like a year and some change. His lawyer's like, okay, you guys either need to do a trial right now or let him out. The police were like, oh, don't talk to us, talk to them. The FBI walked in and said, what's good? The lawyer said, damn. So the FBI charged K-Flock and 7 people he was associated with a RICO charge, saying K-Flock is the leader of a gang, and they have a list of charges. Most notably that charge we just talked about when K-Flock that person, and another attempted charge. The FBI and the police hate to lose, but the beauty of a RICO charge is you arrested multiple people. So if one of those people cracks, you good. And basically how a RICO charge works is anyone in the group that you're arresting, if they've committed a crime, you can bring him in, no matter how small. Gunna in the whole YSL Young Thug trial thing, they brought him in for, I think it was like parking tickets or something like that. They tell him, hey, you're gonna go to jail for 100 years. Gunna like, for parking tickets, y'all tripping. They say, no, because you're part of the YSL gang. Or you could just tell us everything on Young Thug and you can just walk out. So basically they look for like the weakest link in the group. So they go to K-Flock and his 7 group members and they say, hey, we brought you in because you got in a little fight. You can either go to jail for like 100 years with K-Flock, or you can just tell us more information about the other people and just walk out. Now, I don't know what the FBI has yet. We'll have to wait until the actual trial. But the funny thing is, the crime rate in the Bronx after arresting K-Flock and his group and all that is pretty much the same, or it's increasing just by a little bit. But the sad part is, I don't think the police really care like that. I think the whole point is to make New York look good, remember? So as long as these songs aren't going viral and going everywhere, and they're like, eh. And actually, that's a sad reality for a lot of cities in America. As long as the city looks good, or the country really looks good, they don't really care about the homelessness rate, the price of food, the crime rates, but that's a story for another day. Now, as for K-Flock specifically, whether he's gonna win his trial or not, I honestly have no idea. The thing is, the FBI is really good at winning cases, but I don't know if they have like a crazy amount of evidence, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But as for the Bronx, I really do hope things get better out there, because if you see the age numbers of the people getting out there, it's actually really sad to see. So if you're a YN out there stomping the streets, running them down, and you see this video, just know there's so much more life to live. Anyway, I'm out.